push. Get the gas tank filled up and finish up practice here. Final practice of the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Let's check in with Caitlin.
Thank you, Vince. Daniel Hemrick with me now. B20 on the leaderboard. I heard you say you had a chatter in the left front. Was your team able to fix it? What's kind of the status of your truck right now?
We're trying to make a wholesale change right now on the Blue Gate Bank Ford F-150. We've kind of been all over the board. Thought we had decent speed the first practice. Took a swing at it. Really hurt the front grip here for the second practice. So kind of go pretty much back to where we started. It's kind of the name of racing. Every now and then you get in those situations. So I got faith in these guys, though. They're busting their tails for me. So we're see if we can make good changes here, try to make at least one more run, and talk about it overnight and make it better for tomorrow.
Thank you. Lots of changes happening now here in the 19 area in the garage.
Vince, the way that works is the team is trying to get one last run in to gather some information, and if that's a success, if that feels good, Phil, then they'll go to the hotel tonight and try to just tweak that setup. But if this one doesn't work, they've got their work cut out for them. Luckily, they have a fast teammate to lean on, but there's so many. We heard about 21 changes to a truck. There's so many things these guys can do to tweak the setup, and they just have to do it going into the race tomorrow without ever practicing it if they're not competitive now.
They were 6th quickest in the first practice. How did it get so far off when you're at least in the neighborhood in practice number 1 with one change?
Well, Michael talked about the fact that the track temperature is going up now, and again, they may have tried something different in that second practice. It felt like they had a good baseline. Let's try something a little bit different, because I think it looked like their teammate, Tyler Reddick, leaned on them a little bit during that first practice session. Now we have him up in 4th, and Daniel down there where he is, down there in the 20th spot.
How about Jordan Anderson? Very competitive in this session. He's in the 16th position. See him running down the front straightaway here with John West Townley. Townley's full of fuel and ready to go again, but this is some good speed for the 66 truck.
And you know, that team's gotten stronger, Michael, as we've gone. He's had some speed here lately. It was a bit of a challenge early on of the season. Brand new team, didn't have any points to fall back on, but that team has really come around here lately.
And you can see that truck looks a lot similar to the way the nose is running on the ground, and the side skirts are fastest truck of William Byron. So that's some good crew chiefing. Great work by the bowling group getting that thing up to speed. And it's famously hot, you know.
Yes, it is. Columbia, South Carolina. Certainly holding his own with John West. They were nose to tail. Look, John West loses the front end there.
He's going to come right to the pits. And that's a good thing to do right there, Phil. These guys need to know how fast they can get off that third turn and down to pit road speed. You'll see all the guys practicing that. See how that truck's yawed out, then back end over to the right? When it's going down the straightaway, you'll see the same thing here for Crafton. That's because they want that right rear fender to lean on that air when they get down in the corners.
It's been a struggle for the 2-time series champ, Matt Crafton, and his crew. Headed up by crew chief Junior Joyner, 2-time winner of this season, but they have their hands full with this truck here in practice. Just 17th quickest in this final practice.
How would you like to finish third the first time you came here, which is the case for Crafton, but haven't been able to find that kind of speed since then? That's got to be frustrating for Matt.
But we don't really know what kind of speed, although he qualified very good here last year. Remember, he got taken out in that early wreck. There's a little bit of a wobble off the tunnel turn with Brad Keselowski last year.
But we have to be confident that they would have been good last year. They were everywhere they went. And they've had a lot of speed this year. I think I read in the notes where this truck is the truck that he was running so well with at Atlanta and got in that late race crash, and they fixed the truck, and that time by 54.93. That's about a half a tenth off his best time, but no faster in the lineup. Still 17th position.
It is the truck that he ran at Atlanta, as you said, Michael. A good point. They were on pole and led the most laps at Atlanta before that crash. And
number 3.
Third truck.
You know, it might be fuel cat now that I think about it, whatever.
Tommy Joe Martins.
That just freaked me out right here. You know, I'd rather just shut it off and not worry about it.
So that's a driver that knows what it takes to pay the bills, what it costs to run one of these trucks. So he came off the corner and it missed. It didn't run properly, and he just shut it down because he can't afford to mess that engine up. And so he shut it down, and the team said it could possibly be out of fuel. But a truck this will be frustrating to is one that just went by Matt Crafton. We talked about the changes he's trying to make and trying to get this truck better, and he's just not getting the track time because everybody keeps stopping.
This is the third red we've had during this final practice, and we're inside of 10 minutes remaining in this practice session. So Crafton and all others bring it to the garage. Final practice for the trucks at Pocono.